Right, following up from obviously we were talking about boilies and my thinking and thoughts behind the base mix and how I've put them together. Another thing I come up with was way back in late 90s when I was back on Sutton. Now I'm not knocking round baits will still catch fish day in, day out. But certainly you come to certain times of the year, mainly after June. I think a lot of people don't get this into their head. Once, as I put it, not silly season, but easy season's gone and most of the carp in your chosen lake have been hooked or lost on a round boilie, all of a sudden they know they're being fished for again. Now when I was back on Sutton, this was something I looked into great depth. It was at this point that I come up with, which is also now in the aquatic anchovy range, it's also in the garlic and black pepper range, but was the chops. Now the beauty is with these is because they're not round, a fish is throwing complete caution to them when they're feeding over them. There's nothing associating that with a hook that's going to be put into their mouth. Now, bearing in mind, as I said, this was back in the 90s. Now we're now into 2011, so all this is now, like, there's a few other companies doing it, blah de blah. They're calling them barrels. These are not barrels, these are chops. The thought behind them, because they're not round, is one, hooking presentation. It's going to make it very hard for them to eject that. When they spit, when that gets blown back from the mouth, the hook is going to twist, turn and catch every time. I've physically watched them get nailed on this, how it works. Also, like I said, because of the shape and because of their different sizes, when a fish is coming in and sucking and blowing, it's having to change its reaction to every hook bait. It's not like a standard 18mm bait or a standard 16 or a 12, where once it's got that suction right, it can then start to detect which one has probably got the hook link and the hook attached to it. Quite easily done. I'll quickly touch on this again now. Sitting up here on the car park, I have physically watched the baby orange do this in the close season when she's not even being fished for, testing for rigs. Very clever fish, but what I'm saying is the potential behind it's just thinking outside the box. Basically, that's the bottom line. Sometimes you've got to think outside the box to trick them. Nothing over technically or too clever. It's something so simple that can put your target fish on the bank. It's as simple as that, and I think these are a winner.